A Lexington hip-hop artist suffered permanent nerve damage after trying to help needy children.
We told you about him. Devine Carama performed in downtown Lexington 2 weeks ago to raise money to buy coats for kids.
Lines to your head so precise like a barber. Beats like alcohol, the bars like clippers. I used to handle the rock like Chris Paul with the Clippers. Addiction to addiction, I spit fiends off it. And I'm a queen stalker. I color your girl's eyes with green markers. With the flu, no Google witch doctor. It feels right time, but God was like, wait, you gotta wait till it's right. Trends last a season, but culture lasts a lifetime. Always present. See, I'm the sun, reflect stars in the crescent. In the darkness, our ancestors are never quite as great as my dreams. With my passion, I'm free. I'm a rapper that believes, so pass the MIC because I'm rather unique. True sacrifice, it's unknown. You know, you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know when it's gonna happen. And in that mystery, to me, is true sacrifice. So really it was everything leading up to that. It was me losing my job. It was me in the middle of a divorce and my daughter starting over. It was being a single father. Telling my 2 teenage daughters who were doing great in school that they wouldn't get a Christmas this year. So the word sacrifice for me basically means to give up something personally for the betterment of others. And as a believer, when I think of sacrifice, obviously I think about what Jesus did for us. So that's always gonna be the benchmark for me whenever I think about sacrificing for others or making a personal sacrifice. So what inspired me to do a 24-hour marathon performance outside in the cold in front of the downtown city courthouse was our youth coat drive. Last year we gave away over 1,500 coats. This year we had twice as many requests from families in need in Eastern and Central Kentucky. I had pretty much donated every cent I had. I had lost my job about a month prior. We had had as many donations as we've ever had before, and people were kind of maxed out and they were preparing for the holidays. So we kind of did everything that we could do, but we were still about 1,000 coats short. So I was just thinking of unique ways for us to raise awareness. And I didn't have a lot of money at the time, didn't have a lot of pool with people that did have a lot of money. But what I did have was the gifts that God gave me, and that's hip hop. So I decided to take that gift and just push it as far as I could. So I decided to go out and do a 24-hour marathon performance and perform every hour on the hour for 24 hours straight to try to raise money and just awareness. A lot of people who may not have ever heard of our Youth Coat Drive could get a flyer, and you know, just the shock value of being outside for 24 hours would bring more people into the fold. So we did it, and we were able to raise enough funds and coat donations to cut that 1,000 coats in half. So at that point, we only needed 500 more.
This will be the 4th year that Devine Carama has been hosting a coat drive called Coats to Keep the Cold Away. And to help raise more money, he'll be doing a 48-hour performance here at the downtown circuit courts.
But at the same time, when I was done, I just felt like I had more to give. And not just because we still had 600 more coats to purchase for kids that were in need, that we committed to helping. It wasn't just that. Like, I literally felt, yes, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but I got more I could give. Like, God has put more into me to give. So I prayed about it, and I didn't know what that meant. But I was a little restless, I was a little unsettled, and I didn't know what it meant. So I prayed about it, and you know, God put it on my heart, like, all right, that 24 hours was cool, but I'm gonna need you to do 48.
Well, honestly, when you told me that I wasn't gonna have that much of a Christmas this year because of the coat drive, I was kind of sad, but at the same time, I knew that it didn't really matter that much because it was Christmas time, you were giving to other people, and that's what it's all about. Plus, I mean, I've had Christmases where I haven't had a lot of presents.
I remember telling Sierra, like, you know what I'm gonna have to do now? You know what I'm saying? She just kind of looked at me. I was like, I gotta do 48 hours. And she was like, oh man, but she knew that it was God telling me that.
The thing that made me excited about it was the exposure that it was going to bring to the drive. I feel like the first 24-hour marathon, a lot of people were introduced to the work that Devine does and a lot of the work that we do through Believing in Forever, but it took this 48 hours to reach almost the outskirts. People who didn't know through word of mouth or the first news coverage or the first set of Facebook posts from the 24 hours.
I heard about the coat drive we brought into the fold, and then from there we needed 600 coats, and within 48 hours, I would say 72 hours because 24 hours after the 48 hours, we were able to secure 500 of those 600 coats that we needed. You know what I mean? So, and at that point, because I was physically exhausted, you know, obviously frostbite in my right foot, tired, cold, gave everything that I had. When I prayed about it, God was like, all right, that's enough. You know what I mean? You pushed yourself as far as you could go. And out of the 2,800 coat requests that we had, we were able to get 2,630. When there were rumors or, you know, there were posts on social media where people were questioning, where's the money really going? We don't see the coats. And even if he is posting pictures, we don't believe that he's taking all of this money and he's buying coats. It hurt. And normally those type of things don't hurt because it comes with the territory. But because of everything that I had sacrificed personally, but also those close to me who were dealing with the residual impact, because God didn't call them for this sacrifice. He called me, yet they had to deal with what God was calling me to do, and seeing what they had to go through. It hurt when people questioned what we were doing. And I also knew eventually the truth would come out, and you know, so it's funny, man. I think I said this earlier, I'm not a politician, not a teacher, nobody's super special. I'm just an artist. You know, I'm a hip hop artist. And how can I use who I am, the sacrifice that will hopefully inspire people all around the community? And that's what it was about for me. So we got these coats, but then also how are we inspiring and impacting people to where this thing is much bigger than just me or Believing in Forever. And I think we did that, Art of Sacrifice.
So as I was watching, you know, throughout that 48-hour marathon from afar, I was inspired. My train of thought kind of shifted from thinking about where he was in the midst of this push, and so I moved from what he was doing to what this would look like for me. Because I'm an individual on this earth just like Devine. God created me just like Devine. God created me with a purpose just like Devine. And if there's something that he can do and he does it to this depth, then obviously I was created to do something and go that hard as well. And so there's so many things that I've been blessed to do in the community, but this kind of let me know, and it kind of brought me to a space of checking myself and making me realize I gotta go deeper, because to do anything surface level is not what we're called to. We are called to give it all. That's what Jesus did for us. And so to do anything halfway is not enough. And so I was on fire.
We did stuff together, like he played the trumpet, and I rapped. None of the other artists that said they were gonna come came. Nobody. And there was at least 10 said they were coming. But it sounds good on Facebook. You know, when everybody's looking. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna come out. I'm a good person. Now we made it to the tip top. I make the beat knock instead of the clip pop. We don't do it for the cash, but for hip hop. When I say the Atlanta says, see, the goddess was a vegan, her focus was proper health. She said she wanted knowledge, but the college wouldn't help. So I laid her on her, and then I gave her some. But instead of spreading her, I gave her knowledge itself. The Willie Lynch doctrine, supreme mathematics. Just some light reading to increase what's in the attic. Man, her beauty flawless when truth is tall. It's like food for thought, and we feasted with the famous. I'm from the era of Soul Sister and Love Jones. And now the era is coke pitch and the bus chrome. Well, we always had both. Now it's no balance. So my flow challenge these black rappers to go home and rewrite them bars until they show growth. And if they don't, then they stay home and they go broke. Nowadays, it's fashionable for rappers slow. I never seen so many whack rappers so stylish and vibe. I'm not a superstar, I'm a soul star. I love my people, so I never check world star. I started from the bottom, but I made it to the tip top. I make the beat knock instead of the clip pop. I don't do it for the cash, but for hip hop. When I say hip, Landon says hop. My God. I was thinking how to construct my flow to start. And even though I'm a man, I want to have the same soul and heart as Rosa Parks. See, I do it for the dudes selling hard on the night shift, and I come through with light up in the darkness like a light switch. See, knowledge is a gem. That means you gotta savor like you foil it. I mean, if you leave it out uncovered, you might spoil it. And OG told me to never argue with a pig, cause you both to get dirty, but the pig will enjoy it. Come on, BC.
Yes.
Hey, it's another Christmas holiday.